Okay, let me see here. Give me a second, sorry. Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3, testing, testing. Testing, testing. Okay, that works. Give me a moment, Control C. Alrighty. Let me just start this. How's it picking up the sound? Pretty good. Let me lower it just a little bit. Salutations. Welcome to week 5/6 of me doing homework or blunder work. My name is Wildcard, and right now I'm actually, if you didn't read the description, I have a new type of homework assignment actually, and it's quite interesting. What my teacher wants us to do this week is he gave us work that's supposed to be like if we were in the industry and we had a client, right? If we had a client who decided to order, or not order, but was like, hey, we're working on a room, we have the basic layout of it, we just need you to put in the details and stuff like that instead of making the room on your own. And so here we have, I chose one of the 3 room shapes. I chose this one. And so I'm supposed to add detail, like add the floor detail, add props, add like certain, like just walls, pillars, light sources, a treasure chest, stuff like that. So today, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm probably not gonna get through all of it today because it is a bit late. I'm sorry for that. I just got home from work about 2 hours ago. I had some food, and now I'm just kind of relaxing. Without further ado, let's get into it. So first thing we're going to do actually is I'm going to work on the floor tile, because I have a plan for this. Oh, and we were given exact measurements of how this is supposed to be. So this is a 2 meter, hold on, let me see here. Yes, 2 meter by 2 meter tile with a 0.1 meters in height. However, I believe I could adjust that going down this way or raising it up because I can, like, so I can't mess with the 2 by 2, but I can basically make this elevated, right? I can make that taller, is my understanding. So, let's get to this then. I think I have a basic idea of what I want to do. So, my inspirations here are actually following kind of the Fallout series, funny enough. I've been playing a lot of the original Fallout, and I like this kind of the tribal, I believe this is called, like, in Fallout 2, this is the tribal area, and the cathedral, and I also have some Baldur's Gate 2 here as well, and I have some actual, like, real-life Egyptian tomb kind of stuff. So, I'm going to be trying to emulate almost this, like, simple stone kind of flooring. And as you can see here, the pattern does repeat, it's just that they rotated this 90 degrees. They do have some that are like different stuff, but it's very simple, so I'm going to just try and stick with that almost. We're gonna have first is what I'm gonna call cobblestone floor. So let's get to that then. Also, if you like the music, you can check the description. I put a link to the channel that the lo-fi is from. Alright, so I'm thinking here. Okay. Tab A, Shift D. Oh wait, no, that's Control D. Whoopsie. Shift D. And actually, no, stick with the 0.1. See, the great thing about this is that we have exact measurements here, so I can actually figure out what size everything needs to be. And so we are going to G, Z, oh, wrong way. G, X, and G, or actually G, Shift, Z. Oh, god damn it. There we go. What if we did 1? Nope, that's too far. Okay, so now what we can do here is we're going to bevel this, Control B. Oh god, I may have made a mistake there. Oh, I think I see the issue. It already is beveled, isn't it? Yes. Well, we don't really need the beveling here because I want to do my own beveling on this. So we're gonna X, dissolve edges. Oh, no. There we go. Control B. I could also add, let's see here, a subdivision surface modifier to give it a more rounded shape. But what I will do first is make an array. Hold on. First, P by selection, and then now we can do the array. Well, first actually. I am forgetting steps left and right here, aren't I? Okay, so tile. We're going to do an array. It's going to be going in that direction. It's going to be 10, I believe. What the hell? Alright, so it's a bit short, but that's fine, because we can do what I believe would be the issue, which is that should help a bit. And then we'll also do another array. Duplicate. But instead of it being down this way, my bad. Instead of it being down this way, we're going to Control C, 0, tab, Control V. And we also got to put in the negatives. I forgot about that. Shift A, Control A, and then we're going to apply the scale here. Why can't I apply the scale? What the hell? Oh wait, because there's a modifier affecting it, that's right. Alright, well. Scale. Scale's been applied. There we go. And so I believe what I can do with this one now, tab, S, Z. Because that will act as our kind of grout in a way, or our cement. Although I guess it wouldn't really be needed here now, would it? But, you know, we're just going to apply this anyways. Not because we need that, but just because it's one of those things where it'll make it easier for us to snap this to one of these tiles here, because they have the same origin point. Meanwhile, I believe our actual thing here... Oh, well, actually, that does have the same origin point. Huh, go figure. But this is one of our floor tiles here. And I think what I'm going to do with this one now is Shift D, bring it along the Y-axis. Not what I want to do. I grabbed the wrong thing. Shift D, Y, bring this over here. There we go. Okay, so we're gonna call this tiles. And here I have a different idea of how I want to do this, which is I think what I want to do is kind of do like what Fallout 2 has right here, which is the more like I can add these and do more random things, but also I forgot to do one small thing to our floor here, right? So we're going to first apply this. And now what we can do here is and we're going to do something that I find to be quite interesting. Select, where's transform? There it is, transform. And where's random? Randomize. Now we don't want to be that drastic of a transformation there. It doesn't need to be that big. We just kind of want it to be not so pretty. And this right here is a good way to make anything look like almost not... I'm trying to find the right word here. But let me just, instead of using words, let me just G and move this out of the way. Now I think I could have probably made this better by simply not beveling it here. So I really want to, which I kind of do, is I would undo this, undo the array real quick. So I guess I don't really know. There's not really a tool to unbevel things, I don't believe. So I kind of have to stick with that part for the most part of it. X, dissolve edges. A, S, Z. I just make sure something real quick. I see, it was a bit off of 2 meters by 2 meters. There we go. Oh, well, I'm being stupid, actually. Hold on. $10, 187. Wait, so that is in the correct place? What the hell? That doesn't seem right at all. That seems completely inaccurate. Oh, wait. Okay, I see. Okay, so now what we're going to do actually is grab this, tab, and then maybe we can, nope, remember it doesn't have to be perfect, just perspective view might be messing with you. That's fair. Apply, tab, A, select. No, wait, where is transform? Move this out of the way now because it's in the way. Randomize. I don't need it that random. There we go. That should be nice. Let me just make sure something real quick, because I know there's a shortcut. But I can't remember the shortcut. Oh wait, well actually. Tab, object, transform. And I think I can do random. There it is. Okay. I don't want to randomize this. That. What I want to do is. But see, that's doing it as a whole. I guess I kind of have to do randomize through this then. Not my favorite, but it'll work. Okay, so now that we have that, there's Control B. And there we go. Now we have those stone kind of structures. And if we really want to, we can also add a subdivision surface. Now I believe I can. Okay, face orientation looks good. Alrighty. Tab. Now we can move over to this one, and I think I'm actually going to do a couple more floors just so I have choices. But yeah, so something like this, I can just kind of make floors for hours, because if we look at my Fallout 2 reference right here, we have multiple things we can do, and as I said, a lot of the patterns are repeating. Like there's that 1 meter there's that 1 meter there's that one stone that is definitely 1 meter in size, and then right next to it there's a stone that is 2 meters in size. And so looking at that, I can see that that's part of a repeating pattern there, where actually this might be, if I look at this line right here, it might be the same thing, because it does but let's say they're going for a grid texture right here, right? We can easily work with that. So for instance, here, what I would do, go onto the z-axis, have it centered for me, and then Shift D, it's done, SX. And what we can actually do here is I want precise measurements. The teacher does not care too much about the precision of my measurements. I do. I have an issue with the precision of my measurements. I am my own worst enemy in this, and you know what? That's fine. I will... If I want to be my own worst enemy for 20 years, I'll be my own worst enemy for 20 years. If I want to make peace, I will invite myself to tea, and we will make peace. Why? Bonus points if you know what that quote is from. Or sorry, not what, who that quote is from. Spoiler alerts, I was a little bit of a history nerd. Just a wee bit. So I see the issue here. I need to also bring the world origin over. Control, click. Oh, wait, no, it's not control, is it? It's shift click. Move world origin. Shift A, mesh, cube, scale down on the Z. Oh, I said scale down on the Z. Control C, Control V, there we go. And then we're gonna scale it 0.5, 1, And then GY. And then Shift D, X. G, Z. Oh, wrong thing. G, X. No, GY. There we go. There we go. Go. Alrighty. Oh, I got a text from someone. Okay, so now what I can do here is this, and then we can also add maybe, let me think here. How do I want to do this? Because I kind of have the idea of I could do a couple, like, a larger tile here, and then, actually, you know what? Yeah, let's go with that. So, working off that idea, Shift D, X. Yep. G. Never mind. Move it down by -1 meter. Now, normally when you're doing this for fun, you don't need it to be precise. But as I'm doing this as a quote-unquote client job, I should try to make it somewhat presentable. GX. And also I like putting in a good amount of the work. I enjoy putting in my all and stuff. Unfortunately, I know. How folly of me. Alright, -1 on the y-axis. -5 on the x-axis. we'll move this 0.25. And we'll move this 0.25 on the Y. And you know what, actually, what I can do here, funny enough, is... an array, 0, 1, -1, Shift D, negative, there we go. And now I can grab all of these. And Control B, Tab, Control B, bevel them just a wee bit. Oh god. A, Control B. There we go. Oh wait, well first what I need to do is Control A. Or actually, Tab. Okay, I can do this. Give me a second, sorry. Control A, scale, scale is applied. Tab again, Control B, and then we can bevel this. Let me hide floor 2 real quick. Oh wait, first... do I want the floor to be perfect or not? Do I want this to be like smooth stone? Alright, looks like I'll flip a coin. Heads, perfectly smooth. Tails, it's gonna have imperfections. I got heads. Alright, so it's gonna be smooth. Except I will round the corners a bit. There we go. There's one of the floors. Another one I could do here is I could just make it a simple dirt floor kind of by just doing Shift D along the Y-axis over to here. And so what I'd do here is I would do tab, control, oh wait, I would, where's no, not what I want to do. Subdivide a whole heck of a lot. Maybe not in the bevels though, so just do this. Okay, no, I didn't I wanted to make sure I didn't subdivide the beveled edges. Oh, that time I did. You can make the entire thing puff up like a balloon. There we go, and I can make the ground look a bit more rough as well. And I don't believe this edits the, yeah, well, hold on, actually. Control Z. Just in case. There we go. And I think here is the perfect type of dirt floor for us if we just wanted to be kind of rough. Shift D. There we go. And the reason why I'm putting this on the side right here is because I'm planning to have this kind of be similar. Right, so we have different types of tile. I'm just giving myself a lot of choices here, honestly. Because it's good to have those in life. Control C. I see the issue there. There we go. Sorry, I'm kind of focused in right now. Not exactly the best for commentary. Okay, let me see here. So now I've gotten that pretty decent. I can start working on duplicating this. Shift. Oh, no, hold on. I don't need to do that. All I have to do is generate an array modifier. There we go. Shift D. Shift Control, sorry, not Control A. Shift D, bring it over to here. Honestly, I don't actually have to do that. Shift D, Bring it over to here, do it about 30. And then, honestly, if I just do GX and do it to be about 40, because simple math here. Okay, I seem to have done something wrong, have I? Oh wait, right, no. It is simple math, I'm just being a fucking idiot. There we go. You know, sometimes we do that. Not everything is going to be perfect. That's okay. This is as much advice for me as it is advice for you. Sometimes it's okay for things not to be perfect, she says as she zooms in closer to take a good look. There we go. Okay, so now what we can do here is actually do the array thing I had the idea for. There we go. Alright. Oh, we got a message from someone. You know, I don't need to be called out. Sorry. I am currently being called out for the thing that I said. Things don't have to be perfect, while simultaneously zooming in as close as I can to make sure it's perfect. Listen, I give advice. I want to be 100% clear on this. I will give great advice. I will then proceed not to follow it. Sometimes there's a perfectly good bottle of water right next to you, and all you want to do is find a better bottle of water. You don't need to. Yeah, it's a do as I say, not as I do moment, and right now, I really should do as I say. Will I? Fuck no. God, no. I don't think I've followed my own good advice. Well, actually, no, I can't say that. I followed my own good advice once. At least once. Has it happened more than once? Debatable. That's a bit of a debate right there. Giving advice without taking your own advice. Now, who else does that? I don't know. Probably my mother, if I had to be honest. Good thing she's not here to call me a fucking liar. Because she knows I'm right. If that bitch decided to come in here and try to say, you lie, I would be like, nuh-uh. That too. Also, who you calling a goober? G, Y, bring it over to here. It's gonna be 0.5. Is that peeking out? It is. Why is it oh wait, it has to be probably 4.9, doesn't it? No, okay, it's somewhere in the middle, apparently. Yeah, that's right. Go back to diving into hell. You know, I don't need everyone calling me out, alright? I gotta take the blame off me. I gotta take things off me somehow, and you know what? You're right there. If you want to try and argue against it, I advise you find a lawyer, because they're gonna need to bring a really good case. Shift D, X. So right now I'm supposed to be making a treasure room of sorts. The instructor gave us clear instructions, which I put in the description of the video of the stream. We're supposed to be modeling it as if we were given a job by like a company or by a client, and we have certain parameters we have to follow. For instance, has to be this room right here. Basically has to follow this room, has to be these dimensions. We cannot bring the walls outward. We cannot bring them inward. This room is the exact room they want. I can technically put a pedestal up here. Like, I can put objects in the scene, which might raise the treasure chest a bit. But other than that, it has to follow the exact parameters of the room. We can edit the stuff in the room. We cannot edit the room. And so we're supposed to add detail to the walls, which is why we have and detail to the floors, which is why I have these different floor segments that I have planned. View selected. Yeah. Shift D. I just woke up from a nap, so I didn't see the description. That's fair. To be honest, let's be real here. I don't think anyone checks the description of videos. I could be completely wrong, but I have not met a single soul who actually looks at the description in a YouTube video and is like, oh yeah. Shift D, X. Maybe my mom, I don't know. She could be weird like that. Who knows? I say weird, but what I mean is polite. She could be polite like that. She could be You know what? For all I know, it's actually normal, and I'm just the weird one. But from how many streams I've actually helped moderate and stuff like that, I do occasionally 8% of the time. All right, fair. So it's just this stream specifically. It's my stream. You're like, you there, peasant, explain to me what this is. What is this confounded thing you're making? Why is it like this? Where are my nugs? Where are my chicken nuggies? I don't know. Gotta ask Count about that one. That's not, I'm not on, that's a need to know basis, and I'm not on the need to know. Supposed to offer to come cook for me some. I mean, I could, I guess. I'm a little busy with homework, though. I know, woe is me. How dare I not come over there? That's 10 lashes for me. Shame. There we go. Generate, add an array. 0, tab, -1, enter. And now to piss off the people who have ADHD. Or I guess it's not really pissing them off. There's a dog barking downstairs. I can hear her. And by the pitch of the voice, I know it's Zelda. I know these dogs. Shift D. Rotate along the Z-axis. Ah. Alrighty. G, Y. That darn dog. I'll be right back. I'm back, and you'll never guess why the husky was screaming unless you guessed because it was a husky. Then you'd be correct. That is the reason why huskies scream. It's because they're yelling at God. Why? And then when God turns around and is like, why are you screaming? God just looks over, or the dog looks over and is like, huh? With the most derpy expression known to man. Oh, speaking of derpy, my cat is starting to get up. It's only a matter of time before she decides to be a dick. Hello, Lilith. Yes, I'm talking shit about you. Okay, and with this, I can do generate array. Oh, wait, I see the issue. We have to join these two together. And then we can add the array modifier. But I want to see if I can rotate this. Would be an object offset? No. No. There isn't really a way for me to do that, is there? Except for... Let me try something here. What if we do this thing called spin to win? Not what I exactly... Oh, wait, because, of course. Come on. You're nearly there. Alright, so I guess we're just gonna have to do this the actually easy way, so hold on. So we unjoin them real quick, because what I can just do is Shift D, X, bring this over here. We know it's supposed to be 1 meter. Even though for some reason I'm being told no, it's not 1 meter. I see what it is. This is as correct as I want it to be. This one right here. Oop. No, it needs to be that. Grab this real quick. Bring it over here. Keep trying to chase perfection. Damn. Damn, I went a little too detailed for this one, I think. That isn't to say I'm not going to try and fix this before the end of the stream. That is just to say, though, that I should have applied the scale, which I did not do. First, let me get a bite of cookie. Now I'll try that again. Sorry, I also took a drink of water. Shift A, mesh, cube. Go. Alright, now what I need to do is bring this... Let's see here. Control C. Control V. We're going to press Control A, apply the scale before anything bad goes wrong. You know, I'm sure my mom right now is wondering why I didn't put this much work into my homework. Why I didn't try to make it like I do here. And the truth of the matter is, I did. Although, to be fair, I'm pretty sure my mom isn't actually going to question me on that. She probably knows that I did try my best. Shift D, bring over on the x-axis over here. It's 1 meter. What? Okay, hold on a second. Shift A. Wait, Control A, apply scale. Apply all transformations, I guess. Shift D. You know what? It's fine. Hold on. Shift D, X, Y. There we go. Apply all transformations. Oh wait, I think I see the issue here. Set origin to geometry. There we go. Two 2.5, 2.5, or 0.25, not 2.5. Shift D. Point 0.25. Tab 0.25. Shift D. .75 minus 0.75. Go. By individual points along the normals. Oh, wait. $75. How else do I want to do this? Oh, wrong way. I meant to do 25. And that's also the wrong way. There we go. Generate array. Shift D. Two 2.25. What the hell? Okay, working with some weird measurements here. But it's fine. Go. Shift D, bring it over to here. Shift D, X. Alrighty. Move this down here. We can hide floor 3 to see how our floor looks. Honestly, that kind of works for me. Honestly, you know what I could have done is I could have actually made a floor tile that looks like the Lost thing, but I'm not going to do that. Alrighty. Oop. I'm seeing a mistake that I made. Control A. Scale. There we go. Tab, Control B. There we go. I think that's enough floors for today. Sorry, this was a floor-heavy stream for today. Tomorrow I'll be working on pillars, though. I have a couple of ideas for those. These are just kind of, again, I do want to preface this with saying these are my roughs, essentially. Like, this is my way of being like, alright, I can accept this, or maybe it needs a bit more work. But these are just kind of like, you know, some ideas that I have, and I'm like, it'll work. But anyways, thank you for watching the stream. If you liked it, make sure to leave a like, subscribe if you're new. Hopefully I'll be finished with homework soon. But tell me what games you might want to see me play, or if there's anything you might want to see me model. As always, remember, be good people.